'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you.
Welcome back to Making a Murder in My Journal, and today we're going to talk about the RH Factor, Part 2. If you haven't had a chance to watch Part 1, I would highly recommend doing that first, as we're going to go ahead and just jump in where we left off. So Ryan had told Milwaukee Magazine in March 2006 that he called Teresa on Tuesday, November 1st to ask her about the Halloween party, and her voicemail box was full. Scott Blodorn told Wiegert on Thursday, November 3rd, that he noticed on Tuesday, November 1st, Teresa's truck was not anywhere to be found at the house. So now we have a question, and this is where we had left off. When did Ryan see her in the Cowgirl outfit? Because she had technically been on Sunday, according to the testimony in the trial, been at her grandfather's birthday party, followed up by she was at her parents' home watching television with her sisters till after 10. She had returned home. We know that she got her day planner ready, and that we know a fax went out at 12:15 a.m. That doesn't leave a lot of time for her to get into a cowgirl outfit, so that pushes us right onto the 31st, and we know she had not worn it before the 30th. So we have to look a little deeper into this and see what else was related to this party. Tom Pierce, her boss in Green Bay, had given an interview where he stated, Miss Halbach told me on October 29th that she intended to go out to a party on Halloween. I know that most of the time when Miss Halbach went out to a party, she went to Green Bay or Appleton. So according to Ryan, the last time that he saw Teresa Halbach, she was wearing this cowgirl outfit. And then on 11/3, we have him handing over to Kelly Pittston Teresa's day planner. Now, Teresa would have handwritten on this day planner on October 31st, the last day she was seen, as we have customers giving her information on the phone while she's in travel. So the big question is, how did he see her in that cowgirl outfit last? And how did he get that day planner? Did Teresa make it home? I guess the next question I have is, why is Ryan never considered a suspect? I've copied here the actual trial transcript, and you can see where the defense is even asking this too. If you go to the second question from the bottom, the question is, did the police ever probe further and ask if you had the nature of your relationship with her beyond whether there was ever anything more than friendship? And Ryan answers, I don't think they really probed into that. I mean, I don't remember when it came out or who was the one that mentioned that we used to date. After refusing to sit for an interview about false statements he had made to the police in 2005, Scott Blodorn was informed that the post-conviction counsel planned to name a suspect in Teresa's murder. Scott immediately blurted out, You mean Ryan Hilligus? Calumet County went on to interview Thomas Pierce again, Teresa's boss, and he signed the affidavit. Thomas went on to indicate that Teresa would sometimes get phone calls, which Teresa would find disturbing. Thomas stated he suspected Ryan as being the source of the call. However, he could not confirm this. Thomas stated at one point Teresa said Ryan was abusive. Thomas stated he did not know if the abuse that Teresa spoke about was physical or verbal. Thomas stated that one time, two of Teresa's friends were getting married and Ryan H. was going to be on the wedding party. Thomas indicated Teresa stated she did not want to do the photography for the wedding due to the fact that Ryan was going to be in the wedding party. Thomas recalled that he did the photo shoot for the wedding and that there was drug use, marijuana smoking during the time the photo shoot took place. Would Ryan have a reason to be jealous if he was still in love with Teresa? The answer would be yes. As it was reported on Friday, November 4, 2005, at 1409 hours, Investigator Wiegert and I did interview the following individual concerning this matter: Bradley Scheck. Information has been developed that Bradley Scheck had been involved in a physical relationship with Teresa Halbach. Information developed that Mr. Scheck had possibly been calling Teresa Halbach after their relationship terminated. The report continues. Prior to asking Mr. Scheck any questions, he was advised that he was free to leave, was not under arrest, and could stop answering questions at any time he chose. He indicated he understood this and agreed to speak with us. Scheck indicated he is currently employed as an executive producer for CBS News. He states he reports for work at 0130 hours, which is approximately 1:30 a.m., daily. Okay, let's stop right there. All right, so we have another suspect that works a graveyard shift. And does he have an alibi? No. He went on to indicate Teresa Halbach is one of his best friends. He stated that their friendship goes in spurts, and she has worked on weddings as a photographer for the bride and groom, and that Bradley has produced the DJ service for the wedding. He states that they have been friends approximately 2 years. So let's stop there. That would mean that they had started friendship in 2003. So 2003 would have been right fresh out of college for Teresa Halbach, and that was approximately the time frame that Ryan had said that they had broke up. So it would appear that she began doing her photography business in Green Bay area, and that she had met Shaq while doing a photo shoot, and that he, in this time frame of their friendship, has left his wife and is now seeing her. Could this anger Ryan? Bradley went on to indicate that he and his ex-wife, who is identified as Casey Cronin, had posed for nude photographs, and that Teresa had taken these photographs at Pierce Studios in Green Bay. He stated that they had become comfortable with Teresa and that they both agreed to pose for these photographs. The photographs appeared to be very tastefully done. He stated that he has been divorced since August of 2005 and that he had been separated sometime previous to that. I was able to determine that Casey M. Scheck and Bradley C. Scheck filed divorce in Brown County on October 26, 2004. Bradley freely admitted to being involved in a sexual relationship with Teresa, but says they are not romantically involved. All right, so we went ahead and looked up to see if we can verify the dates that he is speaking of as his divorce. And on Wisconsin CCAP Public Access, we have a petitioner, Casey Scheck, which is his wife, filing a harassment restraining order on October 21st, 2004 against Bradley. Followed by 5 days later, October 26, 2004, where she's petitioning the court for divorce. And I'm saying there must have been something significant in that harassing restraining order that she would then only wait 5 days to file for divorce. Continuing, we then have the date of October 28, 2005, where we actually have other papers and portion of judgment affecting title to real estate, where the divorce is being finalized, and Casey M. and Bradley C. Scheck are finally divorced. So a little ways from August, it actually puts him being divorced and finalized right 3 days prior to Teresa Halbach's disappearance. So let's talk about this a little bit. So Scheck confirmed that he sent text messages to Teresa a couple hours before she vanished. And Calumet's reports offer no indication that any of the investigator followed up on the contents of his messages. And if they learned of the contents of Scheck's messages, or the text messages involving Teresa at least, nothing was ever shared with the Avery criminal defense lawyers. Investigators also declined to explore whether Scheck made any of those harassing phone calls to Halbach. And it was a friend, Jolene Bain, who suggested that Teresa told her at one time she didn't want to continue the relationship. However, she continued to receive phone calls from Bradley, and the police reports reflect that. Additionally, investigators did not even interview the people in Scheck's life for background purposes, such as why is there a restraining order with the wife and him? Why is it 5 days later that she files for divorce? They did an interview for 20 minutes on Scheck and then they walk away. Law enforcement might have walked away. However, Ryan and Bradley did not. They're both remaining in her life and in constant contact with her, including the fact that Ryan calls her quite often, from 2 to 3 times weekly. So we want to look at this as the court would, and that is, do these two gentlemen fit the Denny law? Well, do they have a motive? Well, they do have a motive with the situation where they're both ex-boyfriends and they're both remaining in her life. And then, do they have access to the victim at the time of the crime? Well, we don't have alibis for either. Sheck lives about 20 minutes from Avery's. And Ryan, well, we've already asked, how did he see her in that costume? And how did he get that day planner? We have established that both Bradley and Ryan are Denny suspects, even though they weren't even suspects during the trial. So stay tuned for RH Factor Part 3, and we're going to ask the big question: why does Ryan give the law enforcement the address for drug rehabilitation as Teresa's? I want to thank all of you for watching and commenting and sharing your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you would like to be updated, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know immediately when a video is released, just hit that little bell. It'll notify you. And with that, we're going to go ahead and let Brandon Maddox lead us on out of here. And if you didn't do the crime, then you shouldn't set the time. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper, and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. Gonna tell on you.